An unusual arrival. In a bustling city of the future, where shiny buildings touched the sky and flying cars zipped through the air, Alex lived a simple life. Alex worked at a small bookstore, where the smell of old paper mixed with the fresh aroma of coffee. The store was cozy, filled with books that told stories of adventures, love, and faraway worlds. But today, something unusual was happening that would change Alex's life forever. Every day, Alex received packages from an alien delivery person named Zulfar. Zulfar was from a planet called Grunnock. He had blue skin, large green eyes, and tentacle-like arms that moved gracefully. His voice was high-pitched and cheerful, and he always wore a bright orange uniform with strange symbols on it. At first, Alex found Zulfar strange but intriguing. He was unlike anyone Alex had ever met. On this particular day, the sun shone brightly, and Alex was excited to receive a package filled with new books. As the clock struck 3, the familiar sound of Zulfar's hover scooter echoed outside the bookstore. The door swung open, and Zulfar glided in, a big smile on his face. "Greetings, Earth friend," he chirped. "Hi, Zulfar," Alex replied, grinning back. "What have you brought me today?" Zulfar reached into a large bag slung over his shoulder and pulled out a box. "Your books. They are fresh from the Galactic Library." He handed the box to Alex, who could hardly wait to open it. As Alex began to peel away the tape, he noticed that Zulfar was acting a bit different today. His tentacles were twitching nervously, and he kept glancing around the store, as if looking for something. "Is everything okay?" Alex asked, raising an eyebrow. "Yes, all is well," Zulfar replied too quickly. "I am just excited." Alex shrugged it off, attributing Zulfar's unusual behavior to his quirky personality. After all, he was an alien, and perhaps excitement showed in different ways for him. They chatted for a few moments about the latest books and funny Earth customs, and Alex laughed at Zulfar's attempts to understand human humor. However, as the day went on, Alex couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. Zulfar's cheerful demeanor felt a little forced, and he kept fidgeting. The delivery person made a few more deliveries around the city, but the conversation remained light and friendly. Later that evening, as Alex was closing the bookstore, he received an unexpected message on his holoscreen. It was a notification from Zulfar's delivery company. "Dear Earth friend," it read, "please be aware that Zulfar is in mating season. His behavior may be unusual. We appreciate your understanding." Mating season, Alex muttered, his brow furrowing in confusion. What does that even mean? The message had sparked a new curiosity in him. How did alien mating seasons work? What would it mean for Zulfar? The next day, Alex decided to do some research. After finishing work, he sat down at his computer and typed "Grunnock mating season" into the search engine. A flood of information appeared, revealing that Zulfar's species experienced a mating season that caused strange behavior, distractions, and often, the inability to focus on tasks. Alex chuckled at the thought of Zulfar getting flustered over romance, imagining a blue-skinned alien trying to navigate love. The more Alex read, the more he felt a strange mix of amusement and concern. What if Zulfar is having a hard time? Alex wondered. Maybe I should help him out. Determined to support his alien friend, Alex made a plan. The next time Zulfar came to deliver packages, Alex would invite him for a coffee. They could chat, and perhaps Zulfar would share more about his culture and what he was going through. It might help Zulfar feel less distracted and more at ease. The following day, the sky was overcast, and a gentle rain began to fall as Zulfar's hover scooter whirred into view. Alex waited eagerly at the door, ready to greet his friend. When Zulfar stepped in, he looked even more jittery than before. "Hello, Alex," Zulfar greeted, his voice slightly shaky. "I bring more packages." "Thanks, Zulfar. But first, would you like to join me for coffee?" Alex asked, trying to sound casual. I thought it might be nice to chat. Zoltar's eyes widened. Coffee? Yes, I would like that. He seemed genuinely pleased, his tentacles curling excitedly. As they settled at a small table in the corner of the bookstore, Alex poured 2 cups of coffee, one for himself and one for Zoltar. So what's it like during your mating season? Alex asked, trying to steer the conversation gently. Zoltar paused, his expression serious. It is confusing. I feel many things at once. It is hard to focus on my work. He looked down at the table, a hint of sadness in his eyes. I can imagine, Alex said softly. But you're not alone. You have friends here, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Zoltar looked up, his green eyes shimmering with gratitude. Thank you, Alex. Your kindness means much to me. As they talked, Alex felt a strange warmth in his heart. Maybe this friendship with Zoltar could lead to something deeper. The future seemed bright and full of possibilities, and Alex was eager to see where this unusual journey would take them both. The mating season begins. The days passed quickly in the vibrant city, and each day brought more laughter and surprises between Alex and Zoltar. As Zoltar settled into his mating season, strange things began to happen. Zoltar's deliveries became more erratic, and he often arrived late, his hover scooter buzzing with energy as he zipped around the city. One rainy afternoon, Alex was organizing books on a shelf when the door swung open with a dramatic flourish. Zoltar rushed in, his blue skin glistening with raindrops, his eyes wide and sparkling. Alex, he exclaimed, almost breathless. I have a new delivery. Alex looked at the large box in Zoltar's hands. That's a big one. What did you bring me this time? Zoltar carefully set the box down on the counter. It is a collection of Earth literature, the best stories. He began to fumble with the box, his tentacles moving in a flurry, and accidentally knocked over a stack of books, sending them tumbling to the floor. Whoa, careful there. Alex chuckled, watching Zoltar trying to gather the fallen books with a mix of clumsiness and enthusiasm. Looks like you're a little distracted. I am. Very excited. Zoltar replied, his voice high and animated. The stories, they are fascinating. And I feel many things. His tentacles wobbled as he spoke, and Alex couldn't help but laugh at his alien friend's antics. After they finished tidying up, Alex decided to ask Zoltar about his mating season again. So how long does this mating season last? He inquired, curiosity brimming in his voice. It lasts many cycles of your Earth moon, Zoltar explained, his expression growing serious. During this time, we seek mates and experience strong feelings. It is hard to concentrate on work. Do you have someone special in mind? Alex asked, a hint of nervousness creeping into his voice. Zoltar's eyes lit up, and he blushed a deeper shade of blue. Yes, but it is complicated. The feelings are new, and I do not know how to express them. He seemed almost bashful, a trait that made Alex smile. Maybe you can tell them how you feel. I'm sure they'd understand, Alex suggested, trying to encourage Zoltar. Perhaps. Zoltar trailed off, looking thoughtful. But what if they do not feel the same? Sometimes you just have to take a chance, Alex said, feeling a strange flutter in his chest. You never know unless you try. The next day, as the sun rose, Alex noticed Zoltar's visits became even more erratic. He started arriving at odd hours, often with strange trinkets and gifts he thought would impress Alex. One day, he showed up with a glowing orb that pulsated with colorful lights. This is a Gronok love token. It glows with feelings, Zoltar declared proudly. That's cool. But do you think you could focus a little more on delivering packages? Alex asked, half joking. Zoltar nodded, but his attention drifted again, and he began to fidget with the love token, making it glow brighter. Alex couldn't help but laugh. You know, you don't have to impress me with gifts. I'm just happy to have you as a friend. Zolthar stopped fidgeting and looked up, his eyes widening. Really? You are not bored with me? Of course not. You make my days brighter, Alex replied honestly. A small smile spread across Zolthar's face, and for a moment, Alex felt a spark between them. The atmosphere grew warmer, and Alex realized how much he enjoyed Zolthar's company. But as the days turned into weeks, Zolthar continued to struggle with his focus. One day, he arrived with a huge package, but forgot to collect the smaller ones he was supposed to deliver. Zolthar, you missed a few deliveries again, Alex said gently. Are you okay? I am. Overwhelmed, Zolthar exclaimed, his tentacles flailing in frustration. My feelings are strong, and I cannot think straight. I get it, Alex replied, sympathy flooding his heart. It must be tough for you. Is there anything I can do to help? Zolthar hesitated for a moment, looking down at his tentacles. Maybe, if you could help me understand my feelings. I do not want to disappoint anyone. Alex thought for a moment. Why don't we take a break? We could go to a park and relax. Sometimes, stepping away helps clear your mind. Zolthar's eyes brightened at the suggestion. That sounds wonderful. As they walked to the park, the air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers and fresh grass. They found a quiet spot under a large tree, and Alex settled down on the grass, inviting Zolthar to join him. Sitting together, Alex started to share stories about human relationships, love, and friendships. Zolthar listened intently, absorbing every word. It is so different for your species, he said thoughtfully. We Grunniks have rituals and traditions. Your way seems more direct. Sometimes, the simplest words are the most powerful, Alex replied, feeling a connection growing between them. It's all about being honest with your feelings. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the park, Zolthar turned to Alex, his eyes sparkling. Thank you, Alex. You have helped me more than you know. Alex felt a flutter of warmth in his heart. They sat quietly for a moment, the peaceful sounds of the park enveloping them. It was in that quiet space that Alex realized he was developing feelings for Zolthar, something deeper than just friendship. Zolthar, Alex began, unsure how to finish. But before he could say anything more, Zolthar's expression changed, a mixture of excitement and nerves. I think I know how to express my feelings now. Alex's heart raced. Maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something beautiful. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, both of them felt that their journey was just beginning, filled with surprises, laughter, and perhaps love. A confession of feelings. The next day dawned bright and clear, but Alex's mind was a whirlwind of thoughts. He couldn't shake off the feeling he had developed for Zolthar. As the morning went by, he tried to focus on his work, but all he could think about was their conversation at the park. Zolthar's excitement and newfound determination to express his feelings lingered in his mind. Later that afternoon, the doorbell chimed, pulling Alex from his thoughts. He opened the door to find Zolthar standing there, his blue skin shimmering under the sunlight. In his tentacles, he held a small bouquet of bright, colorful flowers, unusual even for Earth. They seemed to glow softly, as if infused with energy. Alex, Zolthar exclaimed, his eyes wide with enthusiasm. I wanted to give you these. They are called Luminara blooms. They glow when you are happy. Alex's heart raced at the sight of the flowers, a huge smile breaking across his face. Wow, they're beautiful. Thank you, Zolthar. You didn't have to do this. I wanted to, Zolthar replied, his voice bubbling with joy. You have helped me so much. I feel different. He shifted his weight, his tentacles wriggling in excitement. I think I can finally express my feelings to you. Alex's pulse quickened, and he felt a rush of anticipation. What do you want to say? He asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Zolthar took a deep breath, his eyes sparkling. When I am with you, I feel happy. I feel things I have never felt before. It is confusing but wonderful. I think I have strong feelings for you, Alex." Alex's heart soared at Zoltar's confession. "I feel the same way," he blurted out, his cheeks flushing. "I've been trying to find the right moment to tell you." Zoltar's eyes widened in surprise, then filled with joy. "Really? This is amazing." He stepped closer, and for a moment, they stood together in silence, the world around them fading away. Just then, Zoltar's expression shifted to uncertainty. "But is this normal for your kind? I do not want to make you uncomfortable." Alex chuckled softly, shaking his head. "It's definitely normal for humans to develop feelings for someone they care about. I'm glad we feel the same way." A wave of relief washed over Zoltar's face. "Then I shall try to express my feelings more often. I want to make you happy." He shifted again, his tentacles dancing with excitement. "What do humans do when they feel this way?" "Well, we go on dates, share meals, and sometimes we hold hands or hug." Alex explained, his heart racing at the thought. "Would you like to go on a date with me?" "Absolutely. That sounds wonderful," Zoltar replied, practically bouncing with excitement. "What do we do first?" "How about we start with dinner?" Alex suggested. "There's a new cafe in town that has great food. I can show you how to order." "Oh, that sounds delightful," Zoltar exclaimed. "I want to try everything." As they made plans for the evening, Alex felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He had never gone on a date with an alien before, and the thought made his stomach flutter. But Zoltar's enthusiasm was infectious, and it made him feel more at ease. Later that evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Alex dressed carefully, picking out a nice shirt that made him feel confident. He glanced in the mirror, feeling a swirl of nerves and anticipation. Would Zoltar like the cafe? Would he enjoy the food? When Zoltar arrived, he looked stunning. His usual blue skin glowed under the soft light, and he wore a simple tunic that hugged his form elegantly. "Alex," he greeted, his eyes sparkling. "You look very earthly." Alex couldn't help but laugh, feeling the tension ease. "Thanks. And you look amazing too." Together, they walked to the cafe, chatting and laughing as they went. Alex noticed how Zoltar seemed to draw the attention of everyone they passed. People stared, curious about the unusual duo, but Zoltar didn't seem to mind. He was too focused on Alex, asking questions and marveling at the sights around them. Once they arrived at the cafe, Zoltar's eyes widened in wonder. "It smells so good," he exclaimed, inhaling deeply. "What is that strange aroma?" "That's probably the coffee. It's a popular drink here," Alex explained. "I'll help you order." As they approached the counter, Zoltar hesitated, glancing at the menu with wide eyes. "There are so many choices. How do I decide?" "Just choose what sounds the best to you. You can always try something new," Alex encouraged, feeling a rush of affection for his alien friend. After a bit of back and forth, Zoltar confidently ordered a strange mix of items, making the cashier raise an eyebrow in surprise. "I will have the green drink, the fried plant, and the square dessert," Zoltar declared proudly. Alex couldn't hold back a laugh. "That's quite the feast. I hope you're hungry." When they found a cozy table, Zoltar eagerly dug into the food, savoring every bite with exaggerated expressions of delight. Alex watched, amused, as Zoltar made noises of approval, almost dancing in his seat. "This is amazing. You humans have excellent tastes," Zoltar exclaimed, his tentacles wiggling in excitement. As the night went on, they shared stories and laughter, the connection between them deepening. Zoltar's light-hearted nature and willingness to embrace new experiences made Alex feel at ease. As they finished their meal, Alex felt a surge of gratitude for this moment. "I'm really glad we did this," he said, looking into Zoltar's bright eyes. "I feel so happy being with you." Zoltar leaned closer, his eyes sparkling. "I feel the same," Alex, this is the best night of my life." In that moment, Alex knew they had crossed into new territory, one filled with possibilities, adventures, and the promise of love. The world outside faded as they lost themselves in each other's presence, ready to embrace whatever came next. Unexpected challenges. The following week flew by in a whirlwind of excitement for Alex and Zulfar. They spent more time together, exploring the city and sharing stories about their lives. Zulfar was fascinated by Earth's customs, and Alex enjoyed teaching him about everything from food to music. However, as their bond deepened, challenges began to emerge. One afternoon, they were sitting in the park, enjoying a picnic. The sun shone brightly, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves around them. Zulfar nibbled on a sandwich, his tentacles enthusiastically waving as he spoke. "I love this earth food. It is delicious." "I'm glad you like it," Alex replied, smiling. "I thought you might enjoy a picnic. It's a nice way to spend time outdoors." Zulfar paused, a thoughtful look on his face. "Yes, but I do not understand some of the customs. Why do humans sit on the ground when there are chairs nearby?" Alex chuckled. "It's just part of the picnic experience. It makes things feel more casual and relaxed." Zulfar tilted his head, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I want to learn everything. But sometimes I feel lost. There is so much to understand." Alex reached out, gently placing his hand on Zulfar's tentacle. "It's okay to feel that way. You're adapting to a new world. I'm here to help you, remember." Just then, a group of teenagers strolled past, laughing and chatting loudly. One of them glanced at Zulfar and made a mocking face. "What is that thing?" he exclaimed, loud enough for everyone to hear. Zulfar stiffened, his tentacles curling in on themselves. "What do they mean?" he whispered, looking at Alex with confusion and hurt in his eyes. Alex felt a surge of anger. "Ignore them. They don't know you like I do," he said firmly. But deep down, he worried about how others perceived his friend. "Let's not pay attention to them. We have each other." However, the incident lingered in Zulfar's mind. As the days passed, he grew more hesitant and withdrawn. He began to question if he truly belonged on Earth and whether he was a burden to Alex. During their next outing, Zulfar's laughter was replaced by silence, and his vibrant energy seemed to dim. "Zulfar, are you okay?" Alex asked one evening as they walked along the riverbank. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange. "You seem a bit distant." Zulfar looked down, his tentacles fidgeting. "I am fine," he replied softly. But Alex could see the sadness in his eyes. "Please, you can tell me anything," Alex encouraged. "I'm here for you." Zulfar hesitated, then took a deep breath. "I am afraid that I do not fit in here. I feel different, and sometimes I think I embarrass you. Those humans in the park, they made me feel like an outsider." Alex's heart sank at Zulfar's words. "You're not a burden, Zulfar. You bring so much joy into my life. I like you for who you are, not where you come from." "But what if others do not feel the same?" Zulfar's voice trembled. "What if they think I am strange? I want to fit in." Alex stopped walking, turning to face Zulfar. "You don't have to change who you are. You're amazing just the way you are. If anyone can't see that, it's their loss. Let's focus on the people who do care about you, like me." Zulfar looked up, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. "You mean it?" "Of course. You're my friend, Zulfar. And I want you to be happy," Alex reassured him, pulling him into a gentle hug. "Don't let anyone else's opinion get you down." Zulfar melted into the embrace, feeling comforted by Alex's warmth. "Thank you, Alex. You are my only friend here. I do not want to lose you." "You won't lose me," Alex promised, feeling a rush of determination. "We'll face any challenges together." That night, they sat on Alex's couch, watching a movie. Zulfar seemed more at ease, and he laughed at the silly parts, his spirit lifting. As the credits rolled, he turned to Alex with a newfound resolve. I want to learn more about your world. I want to be able to be myself, even if others do not understand. Absolutely. We can do that, Alex replied, a smile spreading across his face. We can explore new places, try new foods, and maybe even invite some of my friends over so they can meet you. Zulfar's eyes widened in excitement. That sounds wonderful. I would love to meet your friends. As they made plans, Alex felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He was grateful that Zulfar was ready to embrace who he was and to continue their journey together. Little did they know, challenges were still ahead. As Zulfar embraced his new life, there would be moments of doubt and conflict. But with each step they took together, their bond grew stronger. And together, they would face whatever came their way, proving that love and friendship could conquer any obstacle. Zulfar tilted his head, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. I want to learn everything, but sometimes I feel lost. There is so much to understand. Alex reached out, gently placing his hand on Zulfar's tentacle. It's okay to feel that way. You're adapting to a new world. I'm here to help you, remember. Just then, a group of teenagers strolled past, laughing and chatting loudly. One of them glanced at Zulfar and made a mocking face. What is that thing? He exclaimed, loud enough for everyone to hear. Zulfar stiffened, his tentacles curling in on themselves. What do they mean? He whispered, looking at Alex with confusion and hurt in his eyes. Alex felt a surge of anger. Ignore them. They don't know you like I do, he said firmly. But deep down, he worried about how others perceived his friend. Let's not pay attention to them. We have each other. However, the incident lingered in Zulfar's mind. As the days passed, he grew more hesitant and withdrawn. He began to question if he truly belonged on Earth and whether he was a burden to Alex. During their next outing, Zulfar's laughter was replaced by silence, and his vibrant energy seemed to dim. Zulfar, are you okay? Alex asked one evening as they walked along the riverbank. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange. You seem a bit distant. Zulfar looked down, his tentacles fidgeting. I am fine, he replied softly. But Alex could see the sadness in his eyes. Please, you can tell me anything, Alex encouraged. I'm here for you. Zulfar hesitated, then took a deep breath. I am afraid that I do not fit in here. I feel different, and sometimes I think I embarrass you. Those humans in the park, they made me feel like an outsider. Alex's heart sank at Zulfar's words. You're not a burden, Zulfar. You bring so much joy into my life. I like you for who you are, not where you come from. But what if others do not feel the same? Zulfar's voice trembled. What if they think I am strange? I want to fit in. Alex stopped walking, turning to face Zulfar. You don't have to change who you are. You're amazing just the way you are. If anyone can't see that, it's their loss. Let's focus on the people who do care about you, like me. Zulfar looked up, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. You mean it? Of course. You're my friend, Zulfar. And I want you to be happy. Alex reassured him, pulling him into a gentle hug. Don't let anyone else's opinion get you down. Zulfar melted into the embrace, feeling comforted by Alex's warmth. Thank you, Alex. You are my only friend here. I do not want to lose you. You won't lose me, Alex promised, feeling a rush of determination. We'll face any challenges together. That night, they sat on Alex's couch, watching a movie. Zulfar seemed more at ease, and he laughed at the silly parts, his spirit lifting. As the credits rolled, he turned to Alex with a newfound resolve. I want to learn more about your world. I want to be able to be myself, even if others do not understand. Absolutely. We can do that, Alex replied, a smile spreading across his face. We can explore new places, try new foods, and maybe even invite some of my friends over so they can meet you." Zulfar's eyes widened in excitement. "That sounds wonderful. I would love to meet your friends." As they made plans, Alex felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He was grateful that Zulfar was ready to embrace who he was and to continue their journey together. Little did they know, challenges were still ahead. As Zulfar embraced his new life, there would be moments of doubt and conflict. But with each step they took together, their bond grew stronger. And together, they would face whatever came their way, proving that love and friendship could conquer any obstacle. Zulfar felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. He wanted to be accepted, but doubt crept in again. Did they really think he was just a joke? Feeling vulnerable, he excused himself to the kitchen. Alex noticed immediately and followed him. Concern etched on his face. "Zulfar, what's wrong?" he asked gently. "I do not think they truly accept me," Zulfar said, his voice barely above a whisper. "They were laughing, but not with me. They were laughing at me." "No, that's not true," Alex protested. "They were enjoying your stories. They're just trying to the trouble with mating season." As the days turned into weeks, Zulfar settled into life on Earth, growing more comfortable with Alex and his friends. However, a new challenge arose. Zulfar's mating season was approaching, and it was unlike anything Alex had ever seen. One morning, Alex woke to the sound of strange noises coming from the living room. He rubbed his eyes, unsure if he was still dreaming. With a yawn, he stumbled out of bed and made his way to investigate. As he entered the living room, he found Zulfar on the couch, looking distressed. "Zulfar, what's going on?" Alex asked, glancing around the room for any signs of trouble. Zulfar was writhing slightly, his tentacles twitching. "I cannot control it, Alex. The mating season is near. My body feels different." He sounded panicked, and Alex's heart raced at the sight of his friend in distress. "What do you mean? What happens during this season?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice calm. "It is a time when my species seeks partners. My body wants to attract others, but I am not ready for this," Zulfar exclaimed, his voice rising in pitch. Alex frowned, trying to comprehend the situation. "But you're here with me. Can't we just deal with this together?" Zulfar looked at him with wide eyes. "You do not understand. The mating calls, the behaviors, they may confuse you. I do not want to scare you away." Just then, a loud, almost musical sound filled the air, resonating from Zulfar. It was a mix of chimes and echoes, and it seemed to vibrate through the apartment. Alex's eyes widened in surprise. "What was that?" "It is a mating call," Zulfar said, covering his mouth with a tentacle in embarrassment. "I cannot stop it. I am sorry." Alex couldn't help but chuckle a little, despite the seriousness of the situation. "Well, it's unique, that's for sure." Zulfar looked distressed. "This is not a joke. I need your help. What if the other aliens hear my call? I do not want to attract anyone but you." Feeling a mix of empathy and concern, Alex scratched his head, pondering what to do. "Okay, let's think this through. Maybe we can create a distraction. If we can get you out of the apartment, we could take a walk somewhere quieter." Zulfar considered this for a moment. "You think that will help?" "Yeah, it's worth a try," Alex replied, smiling reassuringly. "Let's go to the park. It'll be peaceful there." After a moment's hesitation, Zulfar nodded. "All right, let us go." They quickly got ready and stepped outside. The fresh air felt good, and Alex hoped it would calm Zulfar. As they walked toward the park, the sounds of the city surrounded them, and Alex noticed Zulfar was still occasionally letting out those strange chime-like sounds. "Can you control it a little?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice light. "I am trying," Zulfar replied, his tentacles flailing slightly in frustration. "But it is difficult. My body feels alive with energy. When they reached the park, they found a quiet spot away from the bustling crowds. Zolthar took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing heart. This is better. I feel less exposed. Alex sat beside him on a bench. Good. Just focus on relaxing. We can enjoy the nature around us. As they watched the trees sway and listened to the chirping birds, Alex thought of how to support Zolthar during this tough time. Is there anything I can do to help you through this? He asked gently. Zolthar looked at him, his large eyes glimmering with appreciation. Just being here is helpful. I do not want to feel alone during this time. Alex smiled. You're never alone, Zolthar. We're in this together. But as they sat in silence, a group of aliens suddenly appeared nearby, drawn to Zolthar's distinctive call. They were colorful beings with long limbs and curious eyes, all looking towards him. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He hadn't seen them before, and they seemed fascinated by Zolthar, embracing change. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the park in a warm golden light, Alex and Zolthar found solace in their secluded spot. The earlier chaos faded into the background, replaced by a feeling of peace. But the reality of Zolthar's mating season still loomed over them. Alex, Zolthar said, breaking the comfortable silence, I am grateful you stayed with me today. I was afraid. Alex turned to him, sensing the weight of Zolthar's words. You don't have to be afraid, Zolthar. You're still getting used to life here, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Zolthar nodded slowly, his tentacles twitching as he processed Alex's reassurance. But it is more than just fear. I feel a pull towards you during this time, something powerful. I do not know how to handle it. Alex thought for a moment. What if we explore those feelings together? I know it might be confusing, but we can communicate openly. You can tell me what you're feeling. Zolthar's eyes widened with curiosity. You want to help me understand this. You are willing to face it with me. Of course, Alex said with a warm smile. We're in this together. Let's figure it out one step at a time. As the night deepened, they found a bench under a large tree, surrounded by the sounds of nature. Zolthar sat close to Alex, his tentacles curling gently around the armrest. During mating season, my body craves connection. It is a strong instinct. I can feel it inside me. Alex listened intently. What kind of connection? Is it just physical, or is it something deeper? Zolthar hesitated, looking up at the stars that sparkled overhead. It is both, I think. My species feels deeply. We connect not just through touch, but through emotions and energy. I want to share this with you, Alex, but I am afraid of what that means. Alex felt his heart race at Zolthar's words. It means you trust me. And I trust you too. We can explore this together. You're more than just a delivery person to me, Zolthar. You're my friend. Zolthar's tentacles wrapped around Alex's hand, a gentle gesture of affection. You make it easier for me to be myself. Thank you for not running away. They sat in silence for a moment, absorbing the weight of their connection. Then Zolthar spoke again, his voice soft. What if we take this time to learn about each other? I can tell you about my species, and you can share more about Earth. It may help me understand my feelings. Great idea. Alex exclaimed, feeling a surge of excitement. Let's start with what your species does during mating season. How does it work? Zolthar looked thoughtful. During this time, we gather in groups and perform rituals. It is a time of celebration and bonding. The strongest connections are formed when we share our energies. It is believed that those who connect deeply can understand each other without words. That sounds beautiful, Alex said, intrigued. But how do you do that? Is it just about physical touch? Zolthar shook his head. No, it is much more than that. It involves our energy fields, which we can sense. When two beings connect, their energies intertwine. It can create a bond that is difficult to explain. It is something felt deeply inside. Alex considered this. So it's like an emotional connection that strengthens over time. Yes, and during mating season, this connection can be heightened, Zolthar explained, his tentacles twitching with excitement. But it is also a time of vulnerability. I fear losing control of my emotions. Vulnerability can be scary, but it's also a part of being close to someone. Alex replied gently. I want you to feel safe with me, Zolthar, no matter what. As the conversation flowed, the bond between them deepened. Zolthar shared stories of his home planet, the vibrant landscapes, and the unique cultures of his species. Alex, in turn, spoke of his own experiences, the joys and challenges of life on Earth. Hours passed, and the stars twinkled above them, creating a serene atmosphere. Alex glanced at Zolthar, who seemed to glow softly under the moonlight. You've shown me a side of yourself that I really admire, Alex said, feeling the warmth in his chest. I'm glad you trusted me to share this with you. Zolthar smiled, his eyes shimmering. Thank you, Alex. I feel a connection growing between us. It is comforting. Suddenly, Zolthar's expression changed, and he looked worried again. But what if the others come looking for me? I do not want to attract them anymore. Let's head back to the apartment, Alex suggested, feeling a sense of urgency. We can figure out a plan. Maybe we can keep things quieter at home while you adjust. They stood up, ready to return, but Alex took a moment to hold Zolthar's hand, grounding both of them. Whatever happens, we'll face it together, all right? Yes, together, Zolthar echoed, his voice filled with determination. As they walked back through the park, the sounds of the city enveloped them. The chaos of earlier was now replaced with a sense of hope and understanding. Zolthar might be facing a tumultuous time, but with Alex by his side, he felt more ready to embrace the changes ahead. Together, they ventured into the night, prepared to face the challenges of mating season and perhaps discover something beautiful along the way.